Welcome to Wander Mode, a podcast that wanders through topics such as entrepreneurship, traveling, and mamahood. As a teacher turned entrepreneur and a mama to one, I am sharing my tips and tricks to maintain harmony in a multifaceted life. Let's wander. After chatting with Libby last week about all things business, leadership, philanthropy, and retirement, we seriously covered it all. It got me thinking about the female leaders that have impacted my life in a big way and how important it is as a female to see other women not only in positions of leadership, but leading with heart, passion, and honoring their values. If I go back to the start of my life, the biggest female leader was my mom. My mom is one of those women that does everything, and I mean literally everything, at 200%. She has always been that way. Working extra hours to make a catering event a success, spending time after an event at church cleaning up to make sure that everything was just right for the next group, volunteering at our school activities, owning all of the household and child raising responsibilities due to my dad's overtime and unpredictable schedule as a police officer. Even today, she contributes so many hours to the insurance agency that she started with my brother. When I think about the hours and hours of heart and soul that she poured into so many things, the impact on me was in my work ethic. I learned through watching her that if you are going to commit to something, that you give it your all. I learned from her that hard work pays off. I learned through watching her that having your own interests and putting time behind them is important for your kids to see, that having things that drive you outside of being a mom is what allows you to stay grounded in your self-worth and your identity. Fast forward to high school, and the biggest female leader in my life was a dear lady named Sue. I became connected to Sue in a few ways. I was friends with her son. She was a youth choir leader for our church. She hosted swing dancing lessons at her house. I house sat for her, and she provided so much emotional support for me through those tumultuous years of teenagedom. From my perspective, Sue was this lady with the biggest heart, and she had endless patience for the teenage girls in her life. She was a role model as a female, a teacher, and a mom. And most importantly, she was someone that showed me that I was a person that was capable of being trusted and capable of being loved. And she trusted me with her home and her pets when she let me house sit for her. Her arms were wide open for big Sue-like hugs whenever needed. And she was always so wise with her advice. I saw her periodically throughout college, but recently visited her on her blueberry farm, in which her contagious smile and life and warmth brought me right back to those days when I needed her the most. And it was truly an honor to introduce my daughter to such an influential woman in my life. Over the course of the last 16 years, Christy, the principal at the middle school where I taught English to 7th graders, became more than just a boss for me. She really was this driving force in my life. From my early days as a student teacher back in 2007 to the moment that I totally lost control and started bawling in her office about how our side hustle is now turning into this full-blown business and I'm exiting teaching. Christy has always played this super crucial role in my journey as a teacher. And what really made Christy stand out in particular was her leadership style. She is not the type of principal that delegates from afar. She is right there in the trenches with you. And honestly, if you calculated her pay by the number of hours that she puts in, she'd probably be earning pennies. But it just never appears to be about a paycheck for her. She genuinely cares about her staff. She genuinely cares about the school district. She genuinely cares about the students and the families. And as teachers, we hit the jackpot with Christy. She has this amazing knack for supporting any crazy idea, any skill that we wanted to develop. And it really wasn't just about being there for us from a work perspective, but she's also there for so many as a friend. Need a shoulder to cry on? She had one. Did you score a small victory in the classroom with a student who finally had a breakthrough in knowledge? She was your biggest cheerleader. Plus, because she was a mom of 4, she totally got the whole family first thing. In our small district, Christy is like the jack of all trades. She took on way more roles than any principal should probably have to, but she did it with this sense of humor that was unmatched. She is honest. She has a heart as big as they come. And I genuinely believe that she's one of the main reasons that I stuck with teaching for as long as I did. When you have a leader like Christy, you feel like you can conquer anything. And that is a pretty special thing in the world of education. And that brings me back to my interview with Libby. Ben and I have been married 17 years, and I remember being so intimidated by this strong female presence in his family when I met her. But Libby couldn't have been more genuine or welcoming of me into their family. And since then, we have bonded on numerous adventures to Norway and Thailand and Tanzania, to name a few. The icing on the cake now is seeing my daughter experience these adventures with her Lolly. In a few weeks, Libby and I are going on a girls' trip, just the two of us, and we're conquering a marathon together in the fall. I feel so fortunate to have been blessed by so many wise women living their life with heart. As Dolly Parton said, if your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. Thank you to the excellent leaders in my life that inspire me to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. If you wandered to this point in the episode, thank you for listening to the Wander Mode podcast. Please leave a review and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at WanderModeCo. Reach me by email at julie@wandermode.co. Until next time, wander on.